It's just like pull out, shoot first and think about it later. Just shoot and kill. To me, it's like opening up Pandora's box for anyone to just shoot and kill at will.
As of today, Ohioans who legally own a gun can shoot and kill someone anywhere if they have true belief that their life is in danger.
A little background here. Until now, the state used what's called the castle doctrine, meaning you could only use lethal force if you are in your home or in your car.
As 10 TV's Kevin Landers explains tonight, the no duty to retreat law allows for the use of lethal force, even if that force can be avoided by retreating.
After the tragic shooting in Dayton that left 9 Ohioans dead, those in support of solutions to gun violence hoped Governor Mike DeWine would be true to his word and, quote, do something. People like Sheila Bradshaw, a member of Moms Demand Action, which promotes gun safety.
DeWine, our governor, came to Dayton and said that he was going to do something. This is definitely not to do something. This is not it.
She's talking about Senate Bill 175, Ohio's no duty to retreat law, signed by Governor DeWine in January.
It's like returning to the Wild Wild West.
Ohio's Stand Your Ground bill extends the right to defend yourself beyond your car and home, something the Buckeye Firearms Association, a pro-gun group, pushed for.
I'm not necessarily making the argument that it makes people safer or that it's going to reduce crime or anything like that. For me, this is about just the right of self-defense. If there's any right that any of us have, it's to defend our own lives.
Not only do Ohioans no longer have a duty to retreat under the law, they can use lethal force, not just a firearm, anywhere they are legally allowed to be, if they fear great bodily harm.
Lethal force is justified if you have an honest and reasonable fear that you're in immediate danger of death or great bodily harm.
You have a right under the current law to protect yourself.
Not a single Democrat in the Ohio House or Senate voted for the bill, including State Senator Teresa Fetter, who cast a no vote.
This law, in my opinion, gives permission to shoot first, ask questions later.
Fetter says she voted against the bill after hearing concerns from communities of color.
This law allows an excuse for white people who are fearful of people of color to go ahead and act on your fear.
Sheila Bradshaw agrees.
That I believe that this is going to affect communities of color, Black and brown people more than others, but I truly believe that the blood is going to be on our governor's hand, and this is going to affect all communities.
Most law enforcement unions and the Ohio Prosecuting Attorneys Association testified against the bill, calling it a blow to public safety.
The bill prohibits the jury from considering whether the person could have retreated.
But a jury is going to look at whether or not the use of lethal force is reasonable. This is not a get out of jail free card.
In order to use lethal force, the law requires that you are not the aggressor. You had reasonable belief you needed to use lethal force. It was proportional to the threat, and there was no reasonable opportunity to get away.
If you're in a situation where you honestly believe that your life is about to end, there shouldn't be any additional legal requirements for you to consider at that time. That's really giving the attacker more rights than you have.
More than half of the U.S. has a no duty to retreat bill. Ohio becomes the 36th state. For people like Sheila Bradshaw, she says what may be good for some states doesn't mean it's right for Ohio.
We think we've seen blood. Recently we haven't seen anything yet.
Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.